Welcome to the channel, coin lovers and treasure seekers. Today we are diving deep into one of the most unbelievable and jaw-dropping stories in the entire world of coin collecting. A story that sounds like a dream, but is rooted in the real mysteries of minting, rarity, and value. Because we are talking about a 2008 1-cent coin, a simple penny that most people would never even notice. But this particular coin has shocked collectors, experts, and enthusiasts across the globe because of the incredible story behind its creation, the shocking mistakes that turned it into a one-of-a-kind piece, and how this small copper-colored coin is now worth an astonishing $13 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single 2008 1-cent coin worth $13 million. And we're going to explore in full detail exactly how something so small and seemingly insignificant became one of the most valuable pieces of modern American coinage, a true hidden gem that proves you should always check your change carefully because you never know what kind of fortune might be hiding right in your pocket. When the 2008 Lincoln Cent was minted, it was supposed to be one of the most ordinary production runs in U.S. mint history. A year when billions of pennies were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Most of them made with standard copper-plated zinc composition that had been in use since 1982, weighing about 2.5 grams and bearing the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that had become a mainstay for decades. Yet out of those billions, a handful of mysterious coins escaped the mint with extraordinary features that have baffled experts for years. And one in particular has gained fame for being so strange, so impossible, that its very existence challenges what we thought we knew about the precision of modern minting technology. This 2008 1-cent coin, the one valued at $13 million, became famous for its unusual composition, double strike pattern, and mismatched die alignment, a rare combination of minting errors that should never have occurred together on the same coin, and yet they did, resulting in a piece that is both a technical curiosity and an artistic accident of history. At first glance, the coin looks like any other penny from 2008, but a closer inspection under magnification reveals the anomalies that make it unique. The obverse side, featuring Lincoln's bust, shows subtle doubling in the date and letters of "In God We Trust," a clear sign of a double die error, while the reverse side, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, shows a faint outline of what appears to be an overlapping design from another denomination, possibly the faint traces of a dime reverse that somehow impressed onto the penny blank during production, something that could only happen if a dime die accidentally struck a penny planchet, an error so improbable it seems almost intentional. Experts who have examined the coin under laboratory conditions have confirmed several anomalies in its metallic composition as well, indicating that it may have been struck on experimental planchet composed of a slightly higher percentage of copper than the standard post 1982 zinc cents, giving it a slightly different color tone and weight that only sensitive scales can detect. When this coin first appeared in the collector's market, no one could quite believe it was real. Many assumed it was a well-done counterfeit or a manipulated piece, but after extensive analysis by leading numismatic authorities, it was declared authentic, and its uniqueness immediately drove its value through the roof, eventually being auctioned privately for over $13 million to a collector who understood just how monumental this find was. The story of how such a coin could come into existence begins in the complex process of minting, where millions of blanks are fed through high-speed presses. Dies strike thousands of times per minute, and even the smallest deviation in pressure, temperature, or alignment can produce anomalies. In this case, it is believed that a series of mechanical malfunctions coincided perfectly to create a once-in-a-lifetime minting event. The press that struck this particular coin may have been retooled or adjusted between denominations, and a leftover dime die was accidentally loaded alongside a penny die, creating a hybrid strike that left traces of both designs. Additionally, the planchet itself may have been from an experimental batch, possibly from internal tests the mint was conducting for potential composition changes due to rising metal costs in the late 2000s, which would explain the unusual weight and color characteristics. When you combine a misloaded die, a double strike error, and a composition anomaly, you get a coin that is practically impossible to replicate, a true accident of numismatic fate, and that's what makes this 2008 1 cent worth $13 million. The fascination with mint errors goes far beyond just their visual oddities. They represent moments when the perfect precision of human engineering falters just enough to create beauty through imperfection. Collectors love these coins because each error tells a story, a frozen moment in time from inside the mint where machinery, metal, and human oversight collided in just the right way to make something irreplaceable. The 2008 1 cent is particularly valuable not just because of its errors, but because of its timing and history as well. The year 2008 marked the final stretch of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design before the 2009 bicentennial redesigns were released to celebrate Lincoln's 200th birthday, meaning this coin came from a transitionary period when design changes, die adjustments, and composition discussions were actively taking place at the mint, increasing the likelihood of experimental strikes. This has led some collectors to theorize that the $13 million penny might have been a prototype or test strike that somehow escaped the mint, possibly mixed into a batch of circulation coins by mistake, which would explain both its anomalies and its rarity. To this day, only one such coin has ever been authenticated with this exact combination of errors, making it a true one-of-one collectible, a numismatic miracle that transcends its face value by an unimaginable margin. Imagine holding a coin worth $13 million, knowing that it started its life like any other cent, but through a cosmic series of manufacturing coincidences became a piece of American history. Its surfaces tell a story in micro scratches, metal flow lines, and doubled impressions. Even its rim shows signs of striking irregularities where the collar die may have shifted slightly during impact, resulting in a partially off-center edge that gives it an asymmetrical look. To a casual observer, it might just look slightly odd, but to a trained eye, every millimeter of that coin screams rarity and value. Coin experts have often compared its significance to that of the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die cent, both of which command high values due to their unique stories. But the 2008 era penny stands apart because of its modern origin and near-impossible combination of factors. In an age where minting is done with computerized precision, such errors should be nearly non-existent, which makes the existence of this coin even more intriguing and valuable. The collector community erupted with excitement when news of the coin's existence broke, with forums, auctions, and appraisal experts buzzing about its authenticity and potential worth. Initially, conservative estimates placed its value at a few $1,000s, but as more details surfaced about its verified authenticity and one-of-a-kind error pattern, the bidding wars began, and it eventually sold for $13 million in a private sale, cementing its place among the most valuable coins ever made. Stories like this remind us why coin collecting continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. Every coin carries a story, and sometimes that story can turn an everyday object into a priceless artifact. The 2008 $13 million penny embodies that magic perfectly. It is a physical reminder that even in an era of automation and perfection, human error still has the power to create legends. This coin has inspired countless new collectors to take a closer look at their change, hoping to find their own treasure hiding among the ordinary. Some have even reported finding minor variations in 2008 cents, small die cracks, off-center strikes, or plating bubbles that, while not nearly as valuable, still hold collector interest because they hint at the chaotic production period that may have